Little bacon cooking ASMR for you. I'm going to use harvested onion parts that I had for when I pulled my onions. They are frozen, they'll be fine. I can always take them out later. Let me turn my bacon. Spatula. This is a enamel pan, so I don't want to scratch it with anything metal. Like I said, I'm going to set this aside while I compose my soup. The bacon will go in later. After it's cooled, I'll chop it up. I cut my pieces of bacon in half because I find that they tend to cook a little better. You don't get the raw ends and such from having too long of bacon from your pan. Now, like I said, I'll take this out, let it cool, deal with it later. But one of the reasons we make this bacon is to make a roux so that my potato soup will be thick enough, you know? You can do that more than one way. You can do it like I'm going to with flour, add chicken broth, a little bit of milk, and you can wait on that until you've cooked your potato soup down some, you know. You don't have to rush around and put it in there and cook it with the roux the whole way. You can simply cook because you know your potatoes are going to thicken your broth too. Anyway. It's a side note there while we cook our bacon. I despise curly bacon. These two right here. Yep, those are done. Pretty good looking bacon. Good. How you look? Yes. I am not going to get those bits out. I'm just going to go right ahead and make my roux. I like every bit of that bacon. Like I said, we don't have to put this into later. You can put your roux mix whenever you'd like. Do, 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 do. And if you've made gravy a few times, you know, you can guesstimate how much flour you need, but keep some off to the side in case you need a little more. Get in there. Why am I messing around with the plastic spoon? I asked my husband to buy me more wooden spoons, and I hate throwing anything away, but I do not want them. Also, I asked for rubber-coated spatulas, and he gave me these little tiny things. Listen, don't look a gift horse in the mouth. Now you can see I need a little more roux. This is too loose. You're looking for wet sand here, not flooded sand. But be careful. A little could go a long way. Again, I'm looking to replace these with nice stainless steel measuring cups. Also, I'm missing a few measuring cups. There are times I don't have a 1/3 cup or a 1/4 cup. It's looking pretty wet sandy. Maybe just a scotch more. This is how we make ourselves a little gravy. Now, since we have not butchered chickens like we're supposed to, I'll have to use store-bought chicken broth. Please. Oh, damn near kicked you to the side. It's okay. Y'all hang in there. Oh yes, my black pepper grinder is kaput. We found out that you can refill these little gadgets from Walmart that have peppercorns in it. But I am going to I'm so lacking of some stuff. I'm going to get me a good pepper grinder. All right. Just a pinch. You can't see it. Regular salt. All right, let's get that liquid in. Now, I put a good amount in. Do not think that you have to make this look like gravy. This is going to be added to our potato soup. And like I said, you don't have to do it right now, and you don't want anything to stick or anything weird to happen. So wait. Also, you may not need all this roux. You may not need it that thick. This is a little trick. Don't panic. This is a good amount of gravy here, not just a pan full. This is to thicken our soup. Just keep on. I know, it looks lumpy, but it won't be lumpy. Keep on keeping on. You see? It's coming together. Just got to keep at it. Turn it up just a little. Okay, you see? Now, we have our bacon tidbits in here, so don't judge if it's not super creamy. Some of that is bacon. You see? It's looking like a almost a normal gravy, but we haven't really simmered it yet. It will thicken more. When it starts to thicken more, I'm gonna go ahead and turn that off and have it ready for my potato soup. Look how creamy it is now. See? Even with the tidbits of bacon. All right. Here we go. Let it simmer so that we know it's right. I used canned chicken broth, like I said. I did not have any at the ready. See? Nice, nice, nice. And we don't want a thick soup, okay? We just want a viscosity. I'm gonna turn that off. Okay. Like I said, you will start with a little fat. I use bacon grease. You can use butter. But the amount of fat you have for your gravy is about equal to the amount of flour you will use to thicken that gravy. But don't put all that flour in at one time. Do it like I said. Add a little at a time. Add your liquid. Keep whisking. Keep whisking. It will come together. Like I said, you make that wet sand with your fat and your flour. When it looks like wet sand and not runny sand, let that cook a couple minutes. That's cooking your flour out of your roux. If you don't, if you just put the liquid in, you will have a floury tasting roux. These are the biggest potatoes I grew. So I want to cut these in half. Make them more the size of the smaller ones I have. And I know this is not the knife for this, but I know how to not get cut, so don't judge. Okay, just gonna, this way it doesn't take forever and a day to cook your potato soup. I already made this soup a week or two ago with regular potatoes, Yukon Golds. I don't know anybody that would make a potato soup out of a russet, but I'm sure it's been done. So, I asked my husband to get me some, oh my God, I'm not even recording. So Larry is coming with more chicken broth. I've got it simmering. I used, about 2/3 of a container of chicken broth, and I used about the same amount of a veggie broth, which this is also making veggie broth, okay? I'm gonna go ahead and add some water to this, because I can. Oh yeah, not for my faucet, because it has calcium in it. It'll take me a while to fill it over here. Measure schmeasure. We're just going to add some. That leaves room for the flavor molecules of your veggies and such that you put in to disperse and do their thing. And it saves some money. Hey, to be honest, I could have saved these onion parts, which, by the way, they feel pretty decent after having been thawed in the water after frozen. I'm impressed. You think the cook could have some bacon? Bacon. I love bacon. I saw a fly. Listen, it's real here. I've turned it up. It is not boiling yet. Okay. A little trick of the trade. That's my husband working outside. Be a good filmer. Have your stuff planned. My phone pauses. So it's less editing for anybody. I don't know what's happening outside, but there is a chicken hollering. And look. High boil. Okay. As soon as those onions start to look like they've been cooked proper, I can fish them out, you know? Or, yeah, you know, if you cook onions too long, they kind of become nasty. So, by the time the potatoes are in and whatever, I'll make my decision. If they are cooked proper, like I said, they can go out or be pureed in. But okay. Still cooking, guys. I'm about to add the rest of my potatoes. I've been cooking about 15 or 20 minutes. I'm going to trust that those big ones that I cut up have had time to catch up. This is the art of having everything ready at the same dang time. Keep it on cooking. By the way, my phone has tried to get too hot, and it tries to shut off when it's too hot. It warns me. So I had to scoot y'all back a little. Remember, making potato soup. Be easy on your salt content, you know? Because all the broths have their own sodium content. The vegetables have their own. And, you know, you add a little. It's going to cook down and concentrate. You can always add more salt. Please don't burn me. Tastes pretty good already. I can taste the onion already. Nice. So nice. Continue as planned. I need to hurry up because I keep taking tastes of that bacon. I hear this. Still cooking. Do you want me to stir it? Oh! TV was on, guys. Once again, all the taters are in. You know, we're just cooking down these onions till they get mushy, which they are starting to do. Good. So I am going to go ahead and take those out. Okay. All right. So just looking for those onions. I'm going to go ahead and turn this lid upside down so I can set this down. Yeah, perfect. Here we go. Oh, I dropped that one. Nope, get out of here. It's hot. Plus, you don't eat onions. Damn dogs. Every time something hits the floor, they're like, oh yeah, let me get that. Like I said, when these these onions are soft, there's no need to keep on cooking them. We didn't chop them because I had them frozen and waiting for such a day. I'm trying not to get any of the diced onions so much, but such as it is, all the goodness is cooked out anyway. And like I said, you leave the onion in too long, and it's going to get bitter. Anyhow, Guys, this is a totally harvested potato soup, except for the broth, which we could have easily accomplished by making some veggie broth and having butchered our old chickens outside, which we need to do. I'm going to go ahead and do this off camera. Oh yeah, I want to tell you that I would have just chopped these wild onions and left them in. Well, maybe not left them in, but you know, because I put them in early. Don't want bitter onion. Anyway, I could have chopped them and stored them in the the freezer. But my onions had went ahead and went woody on some of the stems. And I'm pretty sure like that stem right there, okay, it's a little woody. So it would never cook down proper. However, it still has all the goodness. It can still be used if you do it the way I'm doing it. I can see now I've gotten most of my big onion pieces out, but you see that potato peel? That's what I was saying. The big ones will go ahead and float up. And this is from that was onion slime. This is from my, chopped bigger potatoes. So you can see they're starting to actually be done. And like I said, don't worry about that. Don't worry about them breaking up in your soup, because it's not all about the chunks of potato. You are, in fact, going to mash some later. Also, I don't have any dairy products in here yet because I want the cooking to be mostly done. I do have a little heavy cream I could add at the very end, but we'll see how it goes. I also could put it in a little milk. I'm so sorry. I meant to take my mic off. Now you can hear me. So yes, I took my potato masher and I mashed up some of my potatoes, the smaller ones that were already done. I want to leave some whole because girl really liked my last potato soup that had some whole potatoes in it. But I think we're at the point now where I need to go ahead and chop my bacon bits. I have got my bacon bits in there. That's not a bacon bit, that's potato skin. Like I said, take those right out. There's my bacon bits. I used 4 pieces of bacon cut up. But also, you know, I made my roux with bacon grease, so there's plenty of bacon bits in that. And it will be plenty tasty. You'll taste that bacon. You could also use ham chopped. already cooked. And if you want to skip this whole skin picking out thing, just peel your potatoes. But when they're tiny like that, it's tedious. Make sure you're picking off your skins. And oh shit, I dropped that one. And not your, sorry, cussing. Not your bacon bits. You know, tater skins have fiber, and if you've washed them properly, they're delightful. And if you pureed all of this, then it wouldn't damn matter, would it? Okay, I'm thinking I'm gonna go ahead and add my thick roux gravy. Like I said, I left this plenty thick because I know that the liquid in my soup is gonna make it up. Now, you need to be very careful about your heat. There is a little milk in here. You will have it separate. And if you're gonna put any cream or anything in your soup, please do so after you've turned it off and let it set for a few minutes. If it's too hot, your cream will separate, and you don't need to boil it or anything. This can be so hot when we get done. It'll take care of that cream. Trust me. I've been making this for a long time because I love potato soup. Now, don't panic if your roux has made your soup too thick. And what's thick now is going to be really thick after it sets up and cools. You know, this is great viscosity. Very decent for a soup. However, it may thicken up a little as it starts to cook with the roux. So, we'll keep an eye. It's good, guys. Haha, I forgot. Just a minute. We planted these from seed, say January or February, and I grew them inside, kept them alive, and I've gotten them all out. They're in my green stalk and other places, and I have already harvested my sweet thyme. It is dry. I'm gonna put some in. So, I don't want to fish my stems out. So I'm just going to carefully run down the stems. Okay, nice and dried, so my stems are staying put. Whoops, except for that one. Set that over there in my roux pan. Grow yourself some herbs, man. If you can't do anything else, grow yourself some herbs. Let me go ahead and keep on doing this. I love thyme. Thyme is my favorite herb. Thyme and a little rosemary on a steak is fabulous. Thyme is good with eggs and cheese. Anything with cheese, thyme is great for. And thyme is great for potatoes, which is why I'm using it here. That's the only herb I'm going to use. Besides a little parsley, because sometimes you don't need 50 herbs. Sometimes it's a simple good thing that's just right with the vegetable, you know? And I'm into that. I explore that. I also grew my parsley. This is flat leaf. When it's dried, you can just simply rub it between your hands. It wakes it up a little, which I also did with the thyme as I pulled it off the stalk. So there you go. Parsley enhances every herb you put in, including the salt and pepper. So it's a good way to keep your salt down. I see some bacon bits over here. I'm gonna go ahead and knock off in there. And guys, I believe we are ready for just a dollop of cream after we've turned it off. It's done. It is done. Wait till it quits simmering. I had just turned it off. Slight bubbles is fine. And that's all the cream I have, and it's fine. It's enough. Okay. I'm going to stir that up. Oh yeah, just a little bit richer, you know? Let me get you a little closer. This is my potato soup. Beautiful. Harvested completely, guys, except for that one chopped onion that we put in there, and that's from the store. I couldn't be more proud. Guys, we grew potatoes out of nothing at all. Scraps. Peace, guys.